Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. That $40-ish and $100 range. Most of these are way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And I want to go over two fragrances that I fairly recently purchased, and I did a first impressions on both of these. So I just want to do a quick overview after spending a little bit of time with these two fragrances and let you know if my opinion has changed, how they are, and ultimately which one, if you were trying to pick out of the two, which one I would go with first. So let's start with Lattafa Ramz Gold. So this one is very fruity, floral forward. You get a good dose of like some crisp green apple. There's like pear and apricot. It's very fruity, but there's a lot of florals in here as well. And then there's other things in it. There's like creamy sandalwood and stuff like that. But if I wanted to sum this fragrance up, what you can expect off the initial spray and throughout the life of this thing is that sweet, fruity, somewhat feminine, mostly feminine, floral kind of a fragrance. Now, if I wanted to go a little bit deeper into the way that this thing smelled, if it had oud in the title, like if it was gold oud or something, it would be very believable because it has that feel, that Middle Eastern, kind of somewhat spicy oud kind of a feel without having any oud in this thing. I think some of the fruits and stuff like that play a good role in that. Longevity is decent. It's about a 6, maybe 7 hour fragrance. Projection is on the stronger side of average. Overall, it's a good smelling fragrance, but I must warn you, this is gonna lean way too feminine for some of you guys. It's labeled as a unisex fragrance, but there's so many florals in here and there's so many playful fruits that I think that this kind of has a feminine, almost, this is all gonna sound really bad, almost old lady feminine kind of a thing. But I think if you're confident enough, then you can pull this off and probably get some compliments, because it's one of those kind of fragrances that take a little bit of a boldness to wear, but when people smell you, they're probably going to really dig the way that it smells. It's a cool weather fragrance. There's no doubt about that. Don't be busting this thing out in the high heat. It's not one of those fragrances whatsoever. It's a little bit office friendly if it's cooler outside. Again, it's just not a warm weather fragrance. It's just not. There's too many fruits. It's too sweet and it's too loud on the floral side. The heavier floral side for this to be a summertime kind of a fragrance. But it's not a bad fragrance overall. I'm gonna be wearing it here and there, but to be honest, not that much, because there's just not that many opportunities in Florida with how hot it is. And up next, Ramz Silver. Now this, if you didn't already know, is the Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male Clone, which is sweet, it's playful, it's bubblegummy. To me, at first, this kind of opens up with like a spicy cherry bubblegum kind of a feel. But realistically, this does have a lot of spice, a lot of that Middle Eastern twist that they like to put on things. They definitely put on this. It takes about 15 minutes, and when those spices start disappearing, then it starts really coming close to Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male. You get that pear, you get that kind of a spicy, like almost a cinnamony vibe, like a touch of cinnamon. Man, the dry down on this is so much closer than the opening. Like I said, the opening is it almost tickles a little bit. It almost burns a little bit from how much spice is in there. Give it 15 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. The longer it sits, the closer it becomes to that creamy, bubblegum, fruity, playful kind of a Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male fragrances. If you don't already know, it's an ultra sweet fragrance. I remember I blind bought a clone of that, not knowing at all what Ultra Male smelled like, and I was like, holy cow, this thing is sweet, very sweet and bubblegummy, super sweet. So I wasn't expecting that. So that's what you'll get in this. It's very sweet. Pear, kind of a cinnamony feel. Lavender, I think there's like mint in here too. Like a hint of it. And vanilla, creamy vanilla. It's got a very, very bubblegummy vibe in this thing. Performance on this one is pretty good. It's easily a 6.5 to 7 hour fragrance. Projection is a little bit above average. Really, both of these are about the same in projection and performance. But if you only wanted to buy one of these two fragrances, ultimately, I'd have to go with this one. For one, it's going to be a safer buy because even though it's sweet, it's even sweeter than this. To me, this is a lot sweeter than this. This is more, like I said, old lady floral, whereas this is like bubblegummy, clubbing, playful kind of a thing. Cold weather, 100% cold weather fragrance, not high heat, great for the night. Just one of those darker, cold weather type of a fragrances. But this is the better out of the two, I have to say. So the reason why the other one is forgotten over this one is kind of for good reason. They're both good. I like both of them, but this one is definitely the winner out of the two of them. So if you're trying to just buy one of them, that's one I would recommend. But yeah, that's my final thoughts on Lattafa's Ramz Silver and Ramz Gold. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always, and until next time.